as I posted last couple of weeks ago, I got back from my Detroit trip, and I was able to meet with the Fox Nation crew for Eric Shawn's series called Riddle, The Search for James R. Hoffa. He's had 5 episodes since 2018, about one a year. Overall, I was pretty satisfied with what we talked about on camera. He had other people he's interviewing, so it was kind of restricted to just what my parents, Ken and Frances Tubman, saw, and not so much on the gap portion of the book, which has to do with all the research I did over all those decades to find related information and evidence about Chucky O'Brien's alibi about where he was that afternoon. And so that's what the gap is about. So you can still get that from the book. He did tell me that he's going to just focus on different interviews that he was doing for this episode. He's limited to 50 minutes, so I have to be considerate of that, although I'm somewhat disappointed we didn't get into the information that I'd run across. But he did say that we'll likely do that on the next episode. He's done 5, so this will be episode 6. June 1st is when he says it'll be put up. That's Mob Week. And it'll be available for free for 7 days. If you want to go to the Fox Nation Riddle series, you'll be able to actually watch his first episode from 2018 for free. And then you have 7-day trial period. So it's not expensive, but $5.99 a month I think is what it is if you wanted to continue. But if you want to see the episode, tune in June 1st or anytime after, and enjoy what we had to put on camera. A little foreshadowing is that he interviewed Gabe Brigiglio, who's the last Brigiglio brother since Sally Bugs has already passed away. And he did give him a copy of my book. I made sure that the camera crew, who was Dave, he's from Chicago, Ed, another assistant, Ed was the sound guy. There was another assistant, don't remember his name offhand, but then there was also the producer, Rob, and Eric, of course. So just a little more summary too on the rest of the trip. I met him on the 18th, Tuesday morning, 18th. It was cold. There was snow on the awnings, as you'll see in the interview when you see it, of the Andiamo's restaurant. We met in one driveway. He was a little confused. I said, no, it was that driveway, and it was the service drive, the southernmost on the east side of the shopping center driveway where the delivery truck entered, and that's where my parents saw the Mercury exit as it swerved and then pulled up behind them on Telegraph Road going south. So we finished the interview over at that driveway and talked about it a bit. A little bit of road noise, but Eric thought that that would add to the nature of it being on the street interview. It was really good. The people involved there, I believe, are sincere. He did question me as far as Scott Bernstein's feeling that maybe my dad saw Sal Palazzolo, not Chucky O'Brien, because they both had mutton chop sideburns and a receding hairline and pudgy faces. But I don't know if it's going to be part of the interview, but when Eric asked me if I was sure that's who my dad saw, I said, well, I spoke for my dad. He was 100% sure. You know, Scott, I don't understand, because he did a special article on his gangster reports on the Darbies, where my dad managed from 60 to 1968, and said it was a mafia hangout. And of course, as I mentioned in the book and elsewhere, my dad would have seated everybody that came in. He made sure he knew people by name. He knew what they liked as far as how they wanted their food prepared. He would go to the kitchen and discuss with the chef if there was some special ways to prepare the food for that dining guests. He also had to be aware, he was well aware that Samboweski was tied to the former Purple Gang or Jewish Mafia at the time. So he had to know who knew who, his friends, and who to pay special attention to. My dad was always good like that, which I knew when I worked for him in later years. After I was graduating high school, I worked for him, but not at Darby's. So for now, I think what I'll do is maybe put a link in the comments section below to the Fox Nation site. They also have a YouTube site, they have a Facebook site, and I'm not promoting Fox News or his series. I just thought I'd let you know how you can watch the interview at least once. So thank you for tuning in, and enjoy the interview when you do tune into that on June 1st or later.